Hey, I'm Curtis Mays. I wanted to show you the Charismac Robodose nutrient dosing system, which, here's the controlling unit, here's the actual doser. Robodose is engineered using high-grade, proven medical industry components to completely automate nutrient integration into the grow environment water tank. The entry-level Robodose, which is what we have right here, has 4 nutrient pumps. These are the pumps right here. I'll leave it like that. The Robodose Pro actually has 8 of these. The nutrient controller is a world-class dosing instrument and absolutely easy to operate on the market. The embedded software-controlled dosing instrument allows the user to program each nutrient pump individually per grow week to dose the exact amount of nutrient based on the tank size. It also has a quick dose feature for midweek topping off or making slight changes. So now I'll go over some of the advanced features. Each pump can be pre-programmed per grow week cycle over a period of 9 weeks per grow cycle. The nutrient amount per week can be modified to exactly what the specific species of plants requires, and if any of the weekly nutrient amounts are modified during the grow cycle, it will save for the next one. Also, these pumps they're super easy to maintain and clean because everything just snaps in and out. And the tubing which is about this long, is chemical resistant, and the internal components are used to eliminate breakdown or failure of the Robodose nutrient dosing solution. Some of the construction features of the Robodose are that it's American made out of solid aluminum, which has been machined to exacting tolerances on CNC mills. The case itself is 100% recyclable precision machine from 6061 aircraft aluminum, and then the control unit has the green backlit LCD, super easy to see and use. It's really good quality, heavy duty. The buttons have a really solid feel. Everything is engraved. The standard RJ45 plugs, which, here's these, about that long. They're proven industry standard, which hold up to demanding grow environments. And they utilize gold. These are Ethernet cords. They utilize gold-plated pins and receivers to resist corrosion and assure a solid electrical connection. Each controller and nutrient pump array is set and paired together and put through a rigorous burn-in period that gives every controller and the accompanied plug set a chance to power up and run together. The Robodose controller is designed for easy installation and comes complete with mounting hardware and can be mounted in minutes with only a screwdriver. Here's how it mounts right there into the wall with mounting screws that are included. A unique top and bottom ventilation fume design allows internal components to always get fresh air, cooling, and long life, so this isn't going to overheat. Here's the ventilation on the top and the bottom. For nutrient control, all you needed to do is select a pump number from the software menu system, and then you verify that that pump array of these 4 pumps is plugged into the correct RJ45 connector located on the bottom of the Robodose, right here. Then you program each pump over a 9-week grow period with each of the weekly amounts of nutrient per gallon. Nutrient amounts can be added in a myriad of different scales. Once entered into the controller, the weekly nutrient amount will be saved into the controller for use in nutrient application calculations. Some nutrient brands use a different amount of nutrient based on which grow week cycle the plants are in, It's important to make sure that each week is checked and double checked to make sure the correct nutrient is being stored in the controller. Once stored, the values will be used by the controller to dose nutrients. In ounces, it will also do milliliters, teaspoons, tablespoons. You know, it's got all those different forms of measurement. So now I'll talk about calibrating the Robodose pumps. The embedded software in the controller has a preset factory calibration amount entered for each of the dosing pumps. So if you unplug the power, you won't lose the pump calibration native to each pump. Each nutrient has different viscosity properties which may or may not affect the amount of nutrient to be dosed. Prior to dosing any nutrients, the calibration should be checked for each and every pump to ensure that the correct amount of nutrient is being dispensed. The calibration process itself is very straightforward and should be done at all three levels for 25, 50, and 100 milliliters. Each pump must be calibrated separately with the nutrient it is to be used with. Simply pump the nutrient into the graduated cup and measure the amount dispensed. If the nutrient is higher or lower, then use the control to simply adjust. Once done, move on to the next pump and continue. And these are really accurate, hospital grade. They run at 350 milliliters a minute, each pump. Some of the advantages of the Robodose. The embedded software in the controller stores any parameter change permanently. So if you unplug the power, you're not going to lose what you have programmed into it. It's in there. There's also a quick dose feature which you can use to top off your tank midweek if you would like. Alright, so check this out. You can even make drinks with it. So I already programmed an ounce into this, so I'll just plug the Ethernet cable in back here. And then I mean, this is essentially how it works if you're not making drinks, using it for your garden. So we plug one hose in there, it's going to suck it out, put it in the pump, it's going to pump it, dispense it into the shot glass. So I just press pump, it'll fill the glass, and it's really accurate. I think I'm going to take another one. Perfect shot. Cheers to Robodose. So in conclusion, it seems like a really great product. I'm glad that Charismac took time to figure out what us growers are asking for, and then they delivered this very high-end quality product, and it's a reasonable price. To get the most out of your garden and get the greatest yield, you want the Robodose nutrient system. So thanks for your time. Good luck with your garden. Have a nice day.